This is the equivalent of one more chapter. One more video reaction chapter thing. We're back to Zoey's point of view. I don't think I mentioned it in the last week's video, but we're back to Zoey. Grandpa moved in with us and Dad was becoming more and more absent. I need a new drink. I spend my 2 3-minute breaks texting people instead of getting a drink. I'm sorry. Also, not sponsored in any way, but this is good. You should drink it. I don't own Sunkist. And I'm not sponsored by Sunkist. I just like Sunkist. So, but yeah, there's that. And this is the same one I was using yesterday, so. Not yesterday, literally like a couple minutes ago because I pre-film. Love that. Anyways, Dad was becoming more and more absent. I think it was the fact that Grandpa threatened him and yelled at him about hitting women. I knew he hadn't been raised that way. There's a huge difference between the way they treated girls. I was going to graduate next week and I think Lizzie contained more excitement than I did. I don't know if it's because she was embarrassed of being in the same school or if she was just genuinely happy for me. Mom was really excited too. Wade saved enough money to get himself a car and he was around working on getting enough money to buy an apartment. Let's go, Wade. He's not king. I wasn't as mad at him anymore now that I knew he had been feeling his reasoning. I still wished he would have stepped up more though. Hunter was starting to come over and I haven't quite told my family we were dating. Also, they never really asked. Speaking of, Hunter rang the doorbell. It's like as if on cue, and I kind of don't like when people use that, but I do, and I kind of hate it. Kind of hate myself for it. Mom called up for me to come meet my boyfriend, teasingly, but little did she know she was spot on. I smiled when I saw him standing in the doorway. He was wearing his hoodie despite the weather being warmer. Always. Some people thought he was depressed and they'd often order him to roll up his sleeves. He would, but just enough so they could see that that's not the reason he wears hoodies. We went upstairs and Lizzie smiled when she saw him. Are you two dating? I smiled. Yes, Lizzie. I rolled my eyes, but I'm sure Hunter was smiling. He was always so nice to Lizzie. I'm sure she wouldn't mind someone like him. Hey, Lizzie. He waved. Then I dragged him over to the bed, flopping onto it and watching the TV. Oh. Lizzie was watching a movie, but I didn't know what it was. Oh my god, the I isn't even capitalized. How dare I? But it must have been something new. Hunter sits on the edge of my bed and I smiled at him again. So, what brought you here this time? He shrugged. I missed you. Also, I kind of wanted to know what college you were going to. I saved up some money for a full year just so I could be with you. Aw, how sweet. I'm going to Penn State. Lacey will be there too. I don't know where Bree is going, and Pepper and Jazz have a job lined up already. I thought about Penn State, but that's not where I'm going. And I'm not going to say where I'm going because, one, I might not get in, and two, I don't want any of you guys following me. I love you, but no. I don't know where Bree's going, and Pepper and Jazz have a job lined up already. Hunter nods thoughtfully. What are you going to be? I'm going to be a movie director. 4 more years of my life wasted. Hunter laughs. Not really. Now I see why you took photography. I nod. What are you majoring in? Art. Art is a real career, don't get me wrong. I just feel like that's kind of cringe for him. That's perfect for you. I'm sure you could sell some of your original pieces and make a lot of money from it. Hunter nods. But I'm a hoarder. I can't help but keep all of my art. Oh my god, buddy Sam. After I hit a certain age, all of my art I kept for the most part. Like some of it I'm okay with not having anymore, but most of it I keep. Because I'm a weirdo. Sorry, there's like a little bit around the room and it bothered me. I laugh. Well, something has to give. I know. We spent a few hours talking before Hunter had to go home and get ready for work. Everybody's working. I'm just kidding. That's called high school. If you're scared of adulthood, wait till you hit high school because then I feel like after you graduate, it is hard, but I feel like it's also a little bit easier because then you don't have to worry about school and work. You kind of get that little space of time when you just worry about work, and then college starts and you have to worry about school and work again. I feel like once you get into your graduated college career already, I feel like it just kind of becomes a little bit easier. Like, yeah, bills are hard, but at least all you really have to do is clean your house and go to work and feed yourself and pay bills, obviously. But I don't know, I feel like being an adult might be a little bit easier than being like a teenager and stuff. And I mean, this is coming from a 17-year-old who doesn't have life experience yet. I could very well change my mind when I get older. And if I do, I'll have to keep you guys posted. But I don't know if I'm going to be having a YouTube channel when I'm 30 years old because, I don't know if I want my kids to find younger me because I'm so fucking cringe right now. It's terrible. But, I don't know. That's coming from a 17-year-old who balances work, school, not much of a social life. I only have 2 friends that I talk to daily. So, I mean, there's that little part there. And then, I'm also in honors AP classes type of class. So it's not like it's just, oh, well, you just go to school and you learn the same thing as everybody else and whatever. I'm supposed to put in that like extra work, but they're really not that hard. So don't let them fool you. AP classes, honors classes, when you get to the high school, take them because they're totally worth it. They're not hard at all. I've had most honors teachers just kind of be like, write an extra paragraph, make an extra column, add an extra little detail. Like, most honors classes, really, they're worth it because there's not a whole lot of effort you have to put into them. Don't let them lie to you. At least that's how it is at my school. But yeah, adulthood, you just kind of have to juggle work and then like home life. That includes like bills, kids, and all that. And then a social life. I don't know, because I don't want to like bash adulthood quite. I don't want to make it sound like it's oh so easy, because it's definitely not. But I feel like once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. And that could take some time. But I don't know. Back to this. I love you, Zoey. I'll see you at graduation. He leaned down and kissed me, then waved goodbye to Lizzie as he left. Yuck, she exclaims, giggling. You two kissed. Like you've never kissed a boy. I smile. She just grins and turns back to the TV. I wake up early, sitting up to see Lizzie sleeping peacefully. She wanted to be there for my graduation, so Mom was letting her skip the last day of school. It wouldn't be the end of the world anyways. Literally, it won't. I feel like if my sibling is graduating and I want to be there, why couldn't I skip? Now, my older brother, he didn't walk the stage. He graduated, don't get me wrong. But he didn't, like, walk the stage with everybody. Not because he was in trouble or anything. I think he just literally skipped it for himself. Because, like, that's a lot of people, and he's kind of an introvert, and I can't blame him. But I would, obviously, so I wouldn't have been there for him. But, like, if he did want to walk the stage, and that was something he wanted to do for him, I would have been there for him because he's my brother. Like, I would be, or at least I would have hoped to be there, because they graduate while we're still in school, unfortunately. At least where I go, they do. So, yeah. Like, my little sister, I don't know if she's going to be at my graduation. I don't care one way or another. But I feel like if she wanted to be, it would be fair if she skipped school, because, like, she's going to her sister's graduation. Why wouldn't she? Unless graduation is in the evening, which I actually think it might be, but I don't really know. I haven't graduated yet. I guess I'll have to come back and update that when I do. Give us a little under a year. May of 2025. I wake up early, sitting up to see Lizzie sleeping peacefully. Oh, never mind. I quickly got dressed, pulling on my plain black dress and black flats. No way am I wearing heels. Even this dress is bothering me. She sounds like such a pygmy. I don't wear makeup. I wear K-cup. I pull my front strands of hair behind my head, securing them in place with a small rubber band. I then curl my hair gently, then add light eyeshadow and mascara. Oh, she does wear makeup. Actually, funny story. So, my ex once, he told me that I was wearing too much makeup, and I was like, I'm not wearing makeup. And he was like, oh, I don't wear makeup. Is it, like, hard to tell because I don't wear makeup? I, like, use chapstick. And sometimes I use lip gloss, kind of depends on whether or not I have access to chapstick easily. But I don't do any of the, like, blush, contour, concealer stuff. I'm very makeup stupid, and it kind of is embarrassing because then in events I do need to do my makeup, I can't do it, so I have to go to people who do know how to do makeup, my sister and my mom. But I can't do it myself, so every time you see me wearing makeup, I didn't do that. That was my sister. And my mom, but mostly my sister. So shout out to her, because I can't do my makeup. I hate makeup. I sweat a lot. I sweat like a man. So if I do makeup, then it, like, I can feel it come off, and sometimes I get like itchy with it. So I just try to avoid it. I do avoid it. I don't have makeup. I think I own face paint and hairspray for, like, temporary dye, but those are for Halloween. Anything makeup wise I usually give to my sister, and I also unfortunately don't have a skincare routine. I just wash my face and that's it. I mean, the water's helping, I guess. Or I use witch hazel, but those are the only two things I do makeup wise, or skincare wise it is. I pull my front strands of hair behind my head, securing them in place with a small rubber band. I then curl my hair gently. Then add light eyeshadow and mascara. Good enough, I shrug at myself in the mirror and turn to leave. Oh, okay. die, stupid. Eating breakfast quickly before grabbing my capping gown. At graduation, I zoned out as the principal went on and on and on about what wonderful people we were and how he was thankful to get to know each and every one of us. Honestly, I found out something and it kind of broke my heart. My school doesn't do valedictorian and salutatorian. And they might have, but when I talked to the counselor about it, I was like, hey, who picks the valedictorian? Because I would like that to be me. She looks at me and she goes, we don't do that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm working my butt off to be told that we don't do valedictorian stuff anymore. What? It's okay. I want to graduate with an honors diploma. I just took the ACT this past Sunday for the day I filmed this on the 19th. If I don't get a 27 on the ACT, I'm just going to give up. It's just a sticker, and that's what I tell myself. I might go insane because I really want that sticker, but it's just a sticker. I'll just make my own and put it on there. Who's gonna know? Anyways, he named the valedictorian and the salutatorian. Of course, Lacey was valedictorian, and I was super proud of her. She worked towards it. After that was settled and the speeches had all been given, he started giving out diplomas. I clapped for Hunter and all of my friends. Pepper sat next to me. She would be called before me, but she was practically bouncing in her seat. I can't believe we're finally graduating. I can't either. I smile. It's about time. We left and finally the principal was in the second half of the alphabet. He reaches the O section, calling Pepper, and she practically bounces to the stage. Okay. I smiled and clapped for her, looking around to see if her parents were around. She never spoke of them, and I wondered if they were in her life. That's kind of evil. I wondered if they were in her life. What? I saw a man in a suit and sunglasses clapping, and a larger man was beside him clapping too. A woman with Pepper's strawberry blonde hair was next to the guy with sunglasses clapping too. Okay, we get it. They're all clapping. Good job, Zoey. Good observations. Good her parents were here. Oh my god, that sounds so rude. My name is Claude, and I knew my family. Well, minus my dad, was somewhere in the audience. I walked to the stage, waving to my family and shaking hands with everyone as I made my way back to my seat. I can't wait to graduate. I feel like the memories are going to be so great. Not really. This is coming from somebody who hasn't even started her senior year yet. Pepper hugged me when I sat down, and we started whispering excitedly about finally graduating. Finally, we got to turn our tassels and throw our caps in the air. Also, I just now made this decision. And if you look on my Instagram when I do graduate and you catch me, I don't want to wear makeup for my graduation. I go to school like this every day with my hair down though, and like not my sleeves rolled up, but it's summer so it's hot, so I roll my sleeves up. But like I go to school looking like this every day. Why should I put makeup on for my graduation? So I don't want to do that, and if you catch me wearing makeup, please call me out for it. Also, it probably wouldn't have been my idea. My mom's always like, put makeup on, it's a special event. No, I look like this every day. Why can't I look like it when I graduate? They're not going to know any different. Nobody looks at me anyways. As they should. Pepper's parents and their large friend, that's not nice, made their way over to us. She squealed, dragging me over to meet them. Dad, Mom, Brute, this is Zoey, my bestest friend in all of the world. I smile awkwardly, waving shyly to them. Nice to meet you, Zoey. Her dad shakes my hand, nodding politely. Pepper talks about you all the time. Finally, my family finds me and Grandpa's mouth drops open. Barney? Lillian? People make fun of him for being named Barney, but leave him alone. I haven't seen you in 2 years. I haven't seen you two in ages. Dad? Barney looked shocked too, though his eyes were hidden behind sunglasses. He took them off, and I saw Pepper's light blue eyes staring in shock. Wow, I didn't think I'd see you here. Wait, Pepper's eyes widened. You're my grandpa? I finally have a grandpa. That's not funny. She jumped up and down, hugging me, and I laughed. Piper, we're cousins. That made her squeal even louder, and I almost regretted telling her. That was news to me too, but I would not be acting like that. Okay, leave her alone. She's excited, okay? Like, could you imagine being the only child with no cousins, no nothing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I have like this whole other family that I've known forever. Let her be excited. Let her have her moment. She was always an only child though, so I had to be fair to her about how she felt about the news. See, Zoey, even you know. It was nice knowing you had family to rely on, and now she knows it. Could be deleted. Grandpa shook hands with my Uncle Barney, and his wife Lillian looked on happily. She was really pretty, and Pepper looked a lot like her. Jazz appeared, waving at everyone as she stood next to the large guy. Well, this is my dad, since we're here having family reunions. She smiles. He works for Piper's dad. Oh, I wonder what they do. Construction, probably. I nod. That's super cool. It's nice to meet the other half of my family. Speaking of, where's Francis? Crystal's here, but isn't he? Barney asked, putting an arm around Lillian. He's not here. He's a piece of shit, I answered. Zoey, Mom exclaims, smiling awkwardly. He's out somewhere. No, he's not. He's cheating on you, probably. Barney nods. Nice of him to miss your graduation. Well, Zoey, if it means anything, I'm proud of you. High school is the equivalent of hell, so you made it. That's something to be proud of. school is what you make of it. I'll say that till the day I die. If you go in and you put your best effort in, school's not so bad. But if you just sit around, like, teachers like the kids who actually try. Teachers like the kids who pay attention and don't mouth off to them. It's not that hard. Just be a good person. And then school is easy. But anyways. And she got a full ride scholarship to Penn State. Pepper sings, smiling. I blush. Yeah, I did get the full ride scholarship. But it's just because Lacey didn't want to be in a college all by herself. I don't blame her. College is scary. I wouldn't know. Barney smiles. I never went. Bill raises an eyebrow. I know. You and your girlfriend here ran away and never reached out again. Can you blame them? Barney smiles. We wanted to get into the workforce. Nothing wrong with that, huh, Pipes? She shakes her head, then looks over at Lizzie. I'm actually older than a family member for once. Everyone laughs and we head out to dinner. Jazz and her dad come along, too. As we sit down to eat, I turn to Barney. What exactly do you do for a living? He's silent for a moment, as if he were thinking. I don't really know how to explain it. I run a business. What does your business do? We loan money to people, one could say. Are you like a debt collector then? That's one way to put it. I nod, but something tells me there's more to it. Piper was looking between us, but she turned away when I glanced over at her. She knew. I bet she would tell me, or maybe even Jazz. Despite hanging around Lacey and Piper all the time, I was the closest to Jazz. There's no, like, relationship built here. Like, she just, like, throws this in, like an egg in a salad. I feel like eggs don't belong with salad, so she just kind of like chucks this in. It doesn't make any sense. There's no character built here. I text her about literally everything, and she was the same with me. Brie was close with Piper, and Lacey was kind of an outcast, but that's okay because she's the only one who was always looking for a boy. Okay, I'm not a girl's girl. I kicked Jazz under the table, nodding my head toward the door. I felt like a spy or something, but Jazz understood what I meant. She nods and turns to her dad. Hey Dad, mind if I go put my graduation gown in the car? It feels kind of stuffy, and I don't want to ruin it while we eat. The math isn't mathing. He shrugs. His name is Brute. That's kind of weird, but I seized the opportunity. I'll go too. You're right. Besides, safety in numbers, right? Jazz nods, and we head outside together. Her long black hair was in a braid, and she was wearing a white dress with a pink waistband. But unlike me, she was rocking white heels. What did you want? She asks, stripping off her jacket. What does your dad do? She narrows her eyes. What do you mean? Like under my uncle, what does he work as? She starts looking away. Okay, this was inspired off of something. It's not entirely my idea. I just liked it, so I used it a little bit. Okay, look, I'm gonna be quick, and you have to pretend you don't know. Your uncle's one of the top men in the mafia. My dad goes out to collect debts and stuff. His name's not Brute, it's Bruce, but with how large he is, it's kind of his nickname. I nod, pulling my gown off and stuffing it into Grandpa's trunk. Makes sense. I'm sorry if it offended you. I was just curious. You're fine. I don't blame you. That curiosity killed the cat. I smile. I know. I think that also came from White Lie. Maybe not. I can't remember if it came from White Lie or another series of a YouTuber whose name I forget because they've changed it. They used to make like Left 4 Dead art and stuff. I can't remember if it was from White Lie. I don't think it is. I think it's from the other YouTuber who was gonna make like a Nick series with like Vengeance, had something to do with that. If you guys remember that, you probably won't, but I think that's where it came from. And then they never went through with it, and that really upset me because I was looking forward to it. But that's where Barney's kind of like backstory came from. Or maybe it did, and and a little bit of White Lie. They both kind of went together, so I really do highly recommend you guys watch White Lie. It's linked in Lewis's POV. We head back inside and enjoy our dinner before parting ways for the night. Piper waved to me, hugging me and Lizzie before us was bumping Wade and climbing into the nice car her parents had driven her in. When we got home, Dad was passed out on the couch. Grandpa sighed, and I knew how he was feeling. The feeling of trying to fix someone, but they don't want to fix themselves. So it was, in fact, quite annoying. Instead, everyone just crept upstairs to their rooms, going to sleep. In the morning, it felt weird. I didn't have to wake up early for school ever again, and it was weird to know I'd be going to college in the fall. Huh, weird. I mean, you do have to wake up early for school, because you have to go to college, but okay. I went downstairs to see Mom and Grandpa talking. Someone put a blanket over Dad. It was probably Mom. Hello, Zoey. Grandpa smiled. Did you sleep well? I shrugged. It was decent enough. That's good. Mom just smiled at me. What were you two talking about? Francis, nothing. Or is it about Mom? Nothing, you say? Zoey, sweetie, it's nothing to worry about. See, I always worry about Mom. I often fear for her mental health, especially with how hard Dad's been on her. Well, since Zoey's here, let's change the subject, shall we? Grandpa offers. I'm going to schedule an appointment to get my knee looked at. How's that sound? I know, but I can't help but think about Mom. Where are you going to get it looked at? The hospital. I might have been operated on so they can keep this damn metal out of my knee. It hurts from time to time, and I'm going to need a cane sooner rather than later. I smiled to myself. Hopefully all goes well. I hope so too, but that's the end of Zoey's chapter. therefore the end of the video. I feel like I yapped a lot in this one, but next week we'll do Francis's other POV. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next week. Bye bye.